All right, let's go to a festival. I think I have all of my stuff. All right. Quick pit stop.
Right, no picture. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just a pit stop to buy a case of mangoes because that's what I eat. So just a little pit stop here because I am on the beautiful sea to sky highway. So I just thought I would come down to the water a little bit. Just stopped here at the water. Picture of the mountains, they're quite pretty. And that was the fire festival. So that was pretty awesome. I mean, as you can see, there's a lot of people having lots of fun. There's a little bit, there's quite a bit that you didn't get to see. So something that made a gathering like this so special to myself and to a lot of the other people there, I assume as well, something that's very close to my heart, is because Beltane is a day. It is a turnover of the seasons from essentially spring to summer. It is the midway point in between the spring equinox and the summer solstice. And so it is a time of gathering together to honor the changing of the seasons. So, it draws a particular crowd of people who are specifically interested in this. Of course, there are other people who show up and don't have a whole lot of knowledge of this kind of stuff, and that's great too, because that's the perfect place to learn. And so something that was lovely, we got there, and then it all begins with an opening ceremony where it's a thing is that you come to this place and everybody quiets down in a circle, and then we you are a part of an energy that is going on there. There's an energy exchange, and so you show up, you be present for this thing, and it just kind of reminds you that so much of what we're doing is very intentional, and it's very and it's about going through ceremony. It teaches that there is a process to everything, and it's important to honor that, to not overlook things, that certain details actually do matter. There is a way about going about doing certain things, and there is certainly a certain behavior which is Acceptable. Yeah, I mean, good behavior, just straight up. And so, yeah, it's just really nice to be a part of that, where it is brought to your attention by a person who is facilitating it, just like how special this is and how special this relationship that we have with the cycle of the year, the wheel of the year, with each other, with Mother Earth, with all kinds of things, and just how important it is to honor that and to respect that and just to recognize that you're a part of that. Is something I was saying before about why I like going into nature, is because you're not going into nature, it's like you belong here because you are nature, you are a part of nature. And so it is, yeah, there's something beautiful about the recognition of that you are a part of this and we're supposed to be, and it's just beautiful to participate in that. And so that was a really great thing, for myself to participate in ceremony, but also to be there with others who had not, so that they get to see it. And you hear people say, it's like, wow, I've never seen anything like this. And they don't really understand, or they've never been exposed to a ceremony fire. It's like, there's a fire keeper, there's a person who's been trained to understand the significance of what we're doing and why we're doing it. We're not just going through motions. We're doing something very, profound, but yeah, I mean, lots of intention anyways in what's being done. Lots, very conscious of what we're doing. And so, and then, like with a fire, in a ceremony, in a sacred fire, you do not spit into this fire. You do not throw garbage into this fire. It is a special thing which represents a lot of different things, and it's just a part of a beautiful experience. I mean, I feel like when you bring that spiritual element, that understanding into a gathering like that, of course it was centered around that, but that holistic environment, it's just healthy. It sets the tone for everything. So it's just like, hey, we're not here. We're here to dance. Absolutely. I was there to shake my tail feathers. But it's more than that, because it's a community and we're all there together and we're all a part of it. And the more that we contribute as individuals, the better the community is as a whole. And so, just really hats out to that wonderful, beautiful experience. There was also a really nice portion of the early evening, where there was a drum circle. And there was a wonderful man, African dude, and he showed everybody stuff. I brought a number of drums, and I played, and it's just great, the energy to be a part of that and to be along with something I say it sometimes, is just that it's like, I don't know what's more primal, there's humans been singing songs and dancing around a fire since times immemorial. I don't know what could be older than that. That is deep within our roots. It is, like everything, something sacred, and it's certainly, to me, it holds a very special place in my life, being able to do that with others that feel along those lines. Just like, this is something powerful, and it's like your intellectual mind doesn't need to understand it. You don't need to compartmentalize it and label it. It's enough to just be there and do it and feel it and be a part of it and be grateful. So that's something, And so the drums super amazing, and then as I'm sure you've seen the fire, everybody doing all their things with the whips and the swords and this and that, and I had a really great time. And in doing so, I kind of realized, so like, I live in a place where, it's where I live, the town that I live. But what is it? Like being around all those people. I was like, so I have like a handpan too. I mean, I take that thing where I go, and it's just like it. If you're really into music, it really helps. It bridges. People see it and be like, wow. And then it's like, yeah, because it's a beautiful instrument, and it's beautiful visually, but it's also sonically, it is fantastic. And so, yeah, just, being a part of that anyways. And then with all the other beautiful souls there, and it's like, it got me thinking, it's like, wow, this is my tribe. And it's like, it's been COVID for so long that I've kind of lost touch with my tribe, and different things have happened in my life. And it's like, I've, almost become somewhat of a recluse again. And with good reason. I mean, it's been COVID, and I also needed time to myself. I had some personal work to do. I had a lot of growing. Yeah, and so, but then it's just like, wow, this is my tribe, people that are here, heart-based, this kind of thing. I was like, wow, it is healthy to be around that, to be around people who like to express themselves from this center, who are centered in this center, in this area, energetically and whatnot. And so, leaving, I was like, wow, I could almost move there. I could live in that town. It's kind of like the town, kind of like where I live now a little bit, but I live outside of town in the mountains, and it is, but there's nothing here. Whereas there, it was kind of like it is here, but there was actually some stuff there, like, a little town. I was like, wow, this is neat. Or there's another town on the way, Squamish. I was like, huh. It'd be way closer to Drum Circle if I moved out there, and just like, yeah, something to be said about being having support in a healthy community with like-minded people who encourage each other, and that kind of thing. So I was like, my mind is going. I'm like, oh, there's something in me. It's like, maybe I wanna move up there. But then it's like, hold on. I mean, there are many good souls here in this town that I live in, Chilliwack, and maybe instead of running away or like going to some place where there's already established spiritual communities and that kind of stuff, I mean, I could be a part of that here. I don't know to what level it exists. It doesn't really matter, but I could do my own thing here. And with the whole finding of a new job thing, it's like, it's these things, it's happening in a way where it's like, I feel like this is what I is in my highest excitement, is walking this path where it's like, okay, maybe I'll just put the feelers out there and see if people want to get together. And I don't know. I mean, yeah. So that's, one of my little conundrums that I'm working on right now, and I don't know where it's going to go. But, I was talking with the lady in a good friend of mine in the health food store, said it's like, there's doors that open, and it's like, sometimes you might feel like you got to hit those doors with your shoulder, and it's like, that's not the one. If it's meant to be, it'll just synchronistic, it'll fall into place. It'll make so much sense for every reason. So let me say, in like construction, is if you're working hard, you're probably doing it wrong, because it's a technique. It's not something Of course, some elements of it do use brute force, but there's always technique. Yeah, there is a way to do stuff. So yeah, that kind of wraps this up, these couple days in my life, and yeah, moving forward. So I hope you enjoyed what I had to share.